The Media Federation's delighted with its association with Media Eye. For some time now we've been looking for an avenue or a channel that we could use to be able to talk to our members and the staff that work within the Media Federation agencies in a powerful and effective way. One of the issues that we had was that we tried to communicate to them either through email or through the website itself, and that often can be a little cumbersome, not overly creative, and certainly doesn't attract the eye of all staff. The Media Eye product is there, it's embedded into the agency and is used by both senior and junior staff to stay informed. The association's been very powerful. We know that it's looked at, viewed upon and accessed by all of our staff, certainly within ICON, but talking to the other members, it's been a very powerful way to communicate things that are going on in the broader media industry.
Media Eye is definitely a good way for media owners to keep it up to date, as long as they use it in a concise manner. So I'm not going to stand there and read it for 10 minutes, but if they have a quick message and I'm going to look at it, I'll get it, we glance at it all day, and we do actually read the information that's up there, because it's interesting.
The thing I like most about Media Eye is that it's consistent and continuous information, so if I miss anything at one point during the day, I can find out about it later.
They've got a limited time up there. You're not going to sit there and watch Media Eye for half an hour. You're going to look up. If you can grab, maybe one stat out of looking up at it, and that sticks in your head, then that's fantastic.
Media Eye is a really good way to keep us informed. Once again, as planners, we have to consider every touch point, and I think that the proliferation of media makes that really difficult, so to have that kind of easy grab of information really helps. Which media owners use Media Eye well? I'd have to say MCN. I think they do a really good job of just being bold, large font, true content that we can just quickly walk past and notice.
For a young audience, putting funny, humorous stuff on the Media Eye screens is more the stuff that we notice in our day-to-day jobs and talk about around the office.
Media Eye is a great way to keep me up to date because, like everyone else, I'm really busy and can't catch up with everyone week in, week out. The media owners that use Media Eye well are iCorp, particularly because it's branded so strongly, so the recall's a lot better on that than anything else.
I use Media Eye to keep abreast of what's going on in the industry. There's a really diverse number of advertisers on there, social and news, so it's a great way of keeping up to date.
The media content's fantastic. It's varied. It goes from, it runs media news, it runs staff announcements, it builds morale in the agency. We all have a bit of a giggle at the stupid photos that we put up. Network 10 uses Media Eye really well. Lots of fast facts throughout the day. It keeps me up to date.
I like the fact that they don't feel intrusive. They are around the office and they do provide some comic relief as well, which is always good from a stressful day at work.
Media Eye is definitely a good way to keep me informed. I look at this every day, probably like 3 times a day, and it's a really good way of updating me on what's going on in the marketplace. Executive Channel definitely uses Media Eye the best. They're fun, they're bright, loud, get your attention.
What I most like about Media Eye is it gives me the opportunity to just take a breather.
I use Media Eye to look out for competitions and awards I can enter. I think media owners should use Media Eye to talk to us in our language, just to keep it young and fun.
Oh, the local content on the Media Eye screen is pretty fun. We always have people's birthdays and upcoming events. So yeah, it's a great way to sort of get the hype around the office.
Media Eye is a great way to keep us informed. The content is relevant and up to date.
Because it is true that you can go to a meeting and end up referring to the Media Eye screens.
Media owners should be talking to us creatively, just like they would for any other presentation. Has to be eye-catching, has to be funny, something that we can talk to our other colleagues and say, hey, check out the next brand X when it comes on the screen again?
I refer to the Meteor screens quite regularly, given that one's pretty much next to my head.
Well, every day basically they're in my office, and I work here 5 days a week.
I sit right in front of one, so I can't really avoid it, and I like to keep up to date with it anyway.
I refer to Meteor Eye probably 2 to 3 times a day.
I view the screens directly head on.
Like up to 10 times a day, I'm going to be honest. The fact that you can see them from your desks.
8 or 9 times a day.
4 or 5 times a day.
I view Meteor Eye screens daily, multiple times throughout the day.
I look at the Meteor screens from my desk. I don't have time to go through publications and find out about industry trends, so it's a great way to get information quickly.